It's damp.
It's gloomy.
It's cold.
That must mean
It's November. Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Ezra.
And we're from the Twinkl Home Ed team. And yes, it's November. There are lots of things to notice in November, even though sometimes it feels like nature is falling asleep. But before we tell you that, we're going to test your knowledge a little bit. Ezra here is going to tell you some bits of information. Sadly, he's lying in some of them. So you need to guess whether it's fact or fake.
Animals get sad during November. It's fact.
Yep, that is true. So during the darker months, here that's November, December, January, February, there's a lot less light, and that can make people have something called seasonal affective disorder, which spells out SAD, S-A-D. And basically it's a type of depression where people just feel extra sad, extra tired, just everything feels a little bit heavier during those months. And that happens to animals too. It's been proven that some animals also get depressed during the darker months.
Lichen can grow on sand. It's fact.
That is also a fact too. There have been sand dunes that have been so still that lichen has grown on them. Lichen grows all over and is actually really good at being able to test how healthy the air is, because you can look at the lichen and examine it and see what kind of toxins or pollutants it's gathered in from the air. So lichen can be very helpful.
Damp is caused by the gas carbon dioxide. It's fake.
That one is actually fake. There is a lot more gas around at this time of the year, but it's a gas called water vapor. That's why it's so much more damp at this time of year. You've got a lot more dew, you've got a lot more fog. In fact, it's a perfect time for fog because you've got light winds, clear skies and long nights. So you will be spotting a lot more fog that's going to leave a lot more of that water vapor around. So this is a very damp time of year, but it is great for things like fungus.
And if you want to learn more, then just follow me. This is a fairy. You might be wondering why it's called that, and I am too, so why they call that? And a fairy ring is a circle of mushrooms of any kind.
And what do some people say happens if you get caught in a fairy ring?
You dance and dance until you drop.
Brilliant.
We found fungi on an old log. You might spot some ladybirds finding a good place to hibernate around this time of year. Today I found a stick, and guess what? It had lichen on. So there's actually fungi growing all over the moss. See?
Yeah, what else did you spot?
Well, I did spot a snail over there.
Let me get the camera around.
Right there.
Yeah, we see it. So cool. During the month of November, there are two things you can do to notice nature more. First of all,
Look down.
look down on the ground. You're going to see fungus, you're going to see moss, you're going to see lichen, you might see ladybirds. There's a lot to do if you slow down and look down as well. Secondly,
Look around.
not just at nature, but remember I said that this time of year people can start feeling a little bit sad. So if you look around and make sure you're noticing the people around you, you can look to see if there are people that need a little bit more help this month. I'm going to read you a poem that someone else on the Twinkl team wrote, all about sadness. Listen though, because you'll notice a lot of nature mentioned. Sadness is grey, like cloaking mist. It looks like a crumbling, shut-up building and smells of mildew. Sadness feels like wet clothes clinging and tastes of rain. Sadness sounds like the silence after everyone is gone. I really like that poem because it's full of a lot of powerful imagery. I can really understand how the person is feeling. And remember, there's nothing wrong or right about feelings. Feelings just are. If you would like to write a poem, maybe you could choose a different emotion and use some nature imagery in yours too. If you do that, get your grown-ups to send it in to me because I would love to read it. Anyway, have a great time exploring in November and we'll see you soon. And here's a little sneak peek of what we'll be learning about next month.